Hey guys, welcome back to Woods Tree Farm. I'm Phil. We got a busy day planned today. First, we got to check on the solar kiln. If this is your first time seeing it, I built this last year. It is 24 feet long. It's got a wood stove in one end. Heats up during the day with sun power, and we can heat it up anytime with wood stove power. It's got some solar powered fans in it. It's got a battery bank so we can run fans overnight. And it does a pretty good job at drying firewood, is what I've used it exclusively for, though it could be used to dry lumber as well. We're going to check on this today, see how it's doing. I can pull a few pieces out and check them for moisture. This wood has been in there about 4 weeks, though we've had a lot of cloudy and rainy weather. So really probably only about 2 to 3 weeks of actual dry time. I don't expect it to be ready. If it's ready, I'll be surprised. Door's hanging up a little bit. So I just grabbed a couple pieces of wood out of there, and we'll go split them open, put the moisture meter on it, and see how they test. While I'm out here, I can show you the firewood bin that I put in the field. It's about 20 cords. Is officially full. I think I can probably throw a tiny bit right up in the middle, and I'm going to do that a little bit today. I've got a few rounds bucked up that we can bring over to the splitter, and we'll just toss those pieces right on top there, right in that area. That's kind of the one low spot, and once that's done, this bin will be officially full. I intentionally grabbed from here a couple different species. So we've got white oak here first, hickory, and red oak. And it's kind of funny how you can sometimes feel the moisture just with your hand, and I think this one in particular is going to read a little high. Let's see. Yeah, 31, 32 on that first piece of white oak. Reset that. The hickory, 15. That's good to go. And this red oak, which I know a couple of those crates that are in that kiln were some older logs, so the red oak might be lower. No, in this case, no, it's not. Red oak stays wet forever. 35. I wish I had done, and I am starting to do now, but it's too late for this batch. I wish I had kept the species separate, because hickory dries faster than oak, maple, poplar, elm dries faster than oak, and right now everything that's in there is all mixed up. If I had separate crates of hickory, this stuff would be ready to go, ready to sell right away. And the maple could, or rather the oak, could sit in there an extra week or two if that's what it's going to need. With stove cranking in there on a perfectly clear day like today, that should get up to 130 degrees by late afternoon. And then we'll refuel that wood stove so that it keeps up a pretty good temperature overnight. Likely will be in the high 90s once it kind of bottoms out in the overnight. And then coming back tomorrow morning, that'll give us a jump start. Tomorrow's supposed to be another sunny day, so we can get the wood stove going first thing in the morning and kind of jump start it to get it to its peak temperature before peak afternoon sunshine, which is 3 or so in the afternoon. What I was doing summertime last year was, when I was testing in there, if the biggest pieces I pulled out were the ones that I was testing, if those were maybe as high as 25-26% moisture, then I was okay with selling that wood at that time, because all of the smaller pieces in there would be lower moisture content. But today we pulled out some medium to larger size pieces. They weren't even really the biggest, but they were medium sized pieces, and those oak pieces still registered in the 30s, so we're just not even close yet. I've had a bit of interest lately in barbecue wood, and I have a lot of small quantity packaged products ready to go. Chunks and 12-inch splits, 16-inch splits, all bagged up in 1 cubic foot bags. But I've had people interested in some bulk barbecue products. I had a number of crates of partially seasoned hickory. They have already been sold, and I just had 2 other people within the last 24 hours reach out looking for some additional bulk barbecue products. So I need to get some ready, and of the people I've talked to so far, they will buy it if it's partially seasoned. They would prefer it if it was fully seasoned. So I need to go through what I have here now and figure out what I can produce. A couple of these logs over here on the ground are hickory logs. I just don't know what kind of shape they're in because they've been in ground contact for some time. I'm gonna start with those, and then I have some other hickory logs that are up off the ground that I know will be nicer, but they are more green. Unfortunately, this stuff doesn't really pass inspection for me to make this into barbecue wood. I thought because hickory bark tends to peel off pretty easy, I thought maybe even though it looks dirty on the outside, it'll be nice under the bark. But some of these pieces, we can already see there's just loads of insects in there, and it's just not very good looking wood. So that is not going to be barbecue wood. We'll set these off to the side for now. We'll split these up for general firewood later. By comparison with some new logs here, you can see the bark's peeling off and the log is solid, no bug infestation, and that is just going to make some beautiful, beautiful wood. Definitely got enough locked up now for a couple crates worth, and I've been using the carry-all on the tractor as ballast, moving around logs, moving around totes, and I've got a few rounds on there. I'm going to throw a few others on there, and we're going to go split this, throw this at the top of the pile, which is what I mentioned first thing this morning when we were out in the field. So we got a pretty good setup here now. I just need to get the rounds off the ground, get them split into the crates. I got 2 crates sitting over here, so I'll be able to do a half cord continuously. I should have more than a half cord bucked up here on the ground. And with the sun beating down on these rounds now, a number of the ends are checked, and I've heard several of them crack in the sun. So that rapid drying effect on this hot day here in Virginia is having an impact on this wood, and I'm certain as soon as we get it cracked open, within a couple weeks, this stuff is going to drop in moisture content rapidly. And if I get somebody interested in buying some of this wood, you know, within the next couple weeks, I'll crack a few pieces open and see what their moisture reading reads at that time. I think it'll dry out pretty quick.
Splitting firewood, easing the stress. There's nothing like this life, I feel so blessed. Stacks of wood rising up to the sky, keeping my loved ones warm, it's my kind of high.
So the three main things I wanted to accomplish today are complete. I wanted to get the wood stove going in the kiln, that's done. I wanted to unload the wood that was on the carryall and throw it on top of the pile, and now we can mark that pile out in the field as full. We won't be putting any more wood out there. I think there's about 18, 19 cords in that big bin, and that's done. And 2 crates of hickory wood, split and ready to go. I'm gonna list these online as available as green. If somebody wants them dry, the next time the kiln is open, I'll go ahead and throw two crates in the kiln and get those drying out, and then in 3 or 4 weeks from that point, I'll have some dry hickory available. But in the meantime, don't have any dry hickory because those logs, unfortunately, my older logs, were all a little too nasty to be barbecue wood, to pass the grade with my standards anyway. Somebody might use it and say it's fine, but I didn't like the way it was looking. So this stuff looks a lot nicer, and I've still got numerous other hickory logs over there in the pile still, so I can create a lot more of this inventory. I just don't have any more totes to put it in. But what I might do, the saw needs to be sharpened. I've still got some time here today. I think I'll sharpen the saw, go grab some other hickory logs, and then just have a pile of rounds over here ready for the next time a crate opens up and I can create some additional hickory barbecue wood. That's going to wrap it up for me today on this video, guys. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.